with another one.
Does your windshield wiper fluid not spray from the nozzle under the hood? Do you not hear the buzzing noise coming from your windshield wiper reservoir motor? Alright guys, so today's video is to show you how to remove the windshield wiper fluid reservoir and motor from a 2018 Hyundai Elantra. Alright guys, so let's start getting this thing out of here. So the first thing you're going to do is remove this clip here. You're just going to squeeze down on it and pull it out like that. And then the electrical connection here, you're just going to squeeze down on it and then pull it off just like that. All right, now right here you may want to disconnect this hose from here. It's also connected up here, but we'll wait until we get it all the way out. All right, so we have a 10mm bolt there. We have a 10mm bolt way back there, if you can see that. Let's see. And that is it. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this one and the one in the back. You also have a screw that's like right there, but I think once you loosen everything, it just pulls out of there. So let's do that first. All right, so let's get the first one out. All right, so we got that one. Let's go back here, get the other one out, right there. See that? Whole thing basically fell out already. All right, so up here, you're just gonna pull it off because I think it's just slid on there. See that? Just like that. All right, now you want to disconnect the hose from here up at the top. See how it's kind of stretching? So we're going to disconnect that hose right there, and let's see if I can get that one loose. The one right there. All right, so now this hose is basically off. Okay, so we got the whole thing. Let's make sure there's nothing else holding it. Oh, right here. Make sure you take this loose. All right, so we're just gonna pull this out of here. All right. I suggest you go ahead and disconnect this, but as soon as you disconnect this fluid that's in here, it's gonna come shooting out of here. All right, so you might want to kind of have it leaning a little bit when you pull this off to get this out of here. All right, so I was able to pull it out without disconnecting it, but now I'm gonna disconnect it. All right, and all you're gonna do is get, you know, a pair of pliers or something and kind of grab it and loosen it a little bit, and it should come right off. All right, so we got that loose, and then you just pull the whole thing out. Now I'm going to empty this fluid out. All right, so let's get all this fluid out. Just like that. All right, so once we get the fluid out, technically all we have to do is get a flathead or something to stick from behind here and push it towards yourself, like just push it out. Let's do that. All right, so you're just gonna take this flathead, stick it behind it just like that, and just push on it until you can get it to come out. Let's see if it'll come out. See how it's kind of coming loose? So you have to kind of just keep sticking this behind here and pushing it until it comes out. All right, so we got the whole thing out. See that? Now this rubber piece is supposed to go back in here. You just put that back in there. Snap it down in there. Make sure it's flush. And here's the motor. So if your motor's bad, this is how you remove it. And that right there is the actual part number for it if you need it. Now technically, to put everything back together, all you would do is just take this motor, stick it back in there, push down on it until you get it to seat all the way. All right, let's do that first. So we got it in there. Now I'm gonna push it in there just a little bit more, but it's basically in there. Just gonna push it down, just like that. And there you go. And then we're just gonna install this bad boy right back in. All right guys, so it goes back in this way right here. You want this to be towards the car itself. And you're just gonna have to push this thing back up in there and twist it, all right? But this part right here needs to go around that screw right there, okay? So we're gonna push it back up in there and get it around that screw. All right, so we got it in there, and what you're gonna do is slide this up on there just like that. See how I got it on there? See, it's holding it right now. Let's get this focused. Just like that. All right. And the first screw I'm gonna put in, the 10 millimeter, is the one that's in this back part right here. I'm gonna do that one first. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and run this down just a little. All right, just enough to get it to hold it in, and then I'm gonna push up on it and put this other one in right here too. All right, so we're gonna get this one on. Got that one in tight, and then we're gonna go back here and tighten this one down too. Just like that. See, we got that bad boy in there, it's tight. All right, now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna feed this back over top. So you gotta bend it and kind of go in and then go down. Let's see, right here. Down just like that. Pull it down. All right. So we're gonna snap it back down in here. You see how I got it? We need to make sure we snap that back down in there. See, that part's in, and then do this one too. All right. All right, so we got that in. Then we're gonna do this one here. Just kind of squeeze it and force it in there. Just like that. See that? Now we got this cable here. We're gonna go down, snap that cable in right here, like that, and then push this clip back through, just like that. All right, now this end of the hose needs to go back onto the motor itself. So basically you're just gonna rock that on until it gets on tight enough, just like that, you see? Now, make sure the motor's all the way down. All right. Then we have to make the connection, the electrical connection. Then we have to make the electrical connection right here to the actual motor itself. Let's see. It goes this way. Like that. When you push down, make sure you hear a clicking noise. Just like that. Give it a pull up just to make sure it's on. And that is it. It's installed and ready for you to put some fluid in from the top. Alright guys, so this is J.O.A.T.D. This is how to install a windshield wiper fluid reservoir for a 2018 Hyundai Elantra. Alright guys, I'm out.